how I've lived my life. So I want all of us to do something quite simple for me. Please put your hands here. Clench your fist. Don't let go. Great. I was fortunate to be born into a beautiful family of my mother, who was a teacher, and my father, who served in the army. We had a beautiful home, picture perfect, actually. A few years in, I think my mom and dad stopped seeing eye to eye, and they both made the decision to part ways. We went with my mother. As I was growing up, I started seeing cracks in the life. I remember this one instant specifically where we lived in this house that had no electricity. The bathrooms were outside. And I remember my dear mother looking at us, me and my baby sister, and thinking, these children do not know how to use the bathroom that's outside. So that kind of conversation. And my sister and I had to learn how to speak Sheng, which was, yeah, I can speak a few Sheng here and there. So it was good. And at this time in life, I picked up on a hobby that has literally changed my life. I started writing. I started writing and writing. I would write seated in a little corner with the, what do you call that thing? The lamp thing, the one you put maftata, that one. Little corner and write. And I would write of like how I live in Lavington, how I will like be a manager, how I'll earn XYZ amount of money, how I'm gonna change my mom's life and my sister's. Like I would write and write. I would go to the details of like how I'll drive this beautiful red BMW convertible. My boyfriend is in the room, take notes. Convertible, because I haven't reached there yet. Convertible car. And I stuck to it. So I just kept writing. Over the years, I went through high school. Unfortunately, in high school, unlike some of our speakers, I wasn't an A or a B, but I was there. And so with our system, if you don't get a certain grade, you have to go to college fast and then transition into university. So I went to college, I did international relations, and then I transitioned into work almost immediately. So, fast forward, I'm 23. Guess where I live? Yep, live in Lavington. It wasn't a big house, but it was in Lavington. It's in Lavington, and guess what my role was? Absolutely, and I was earning the coins. I remember when I first got my salary, I think I called my mom, and I was like, I had never seen so much money. It was such an amazing experience. And yeah, so working was amazing. I ticked the boxes. I was going on. I was Lavington. I was a manager, and I was doing well. One of the days when I was working in the office, we decided to do an exhibition, which is to showcase the products that we have in one of the places in Nairobi so that people can come, see, touch, meet us, talk to us. So Friday, we settled on a place, and I woke up early. I was ready. I was happy. I went, met this lovely lady who told me, yes, we can definitely give you 2 tables where now we can follow me with this. So this is a table 1, and then they'll give me 2 tables. I was like, great, so we have 2 tables, we have 2 seats, we're good. The only thing I didn't have was a tablecloth, because I was specifically looking for an orange tablecloth. Who do I call? Of course, my mother. The only woman I believe who can solve all my problems in this world. So I call her, I'm panicking, it's Friday evening, I need a linen, an orange linen. So she tells me, the one I have is too long. I tell her, no, it's fine. I need a linen. It's fine. We will make it work. So she sends the linen with a rider. I went to bed happy. I have my linens. Tomorrow is the big exhibition. First time we're doing this. Excited. Wake up early. I think I had Red Bull for breakfast because I had a team. So woke up early, had Red Bull, went to the team, and we were sitting, and I remember like everyone was so excited because it was such a beautiful day. It was bright, it was beautiful. And we were blowing balloons. So let me give you a marketing tip. When you're doing an exhibition, have something like balloons that will lure the kids. Because who will come running after the kids? The parents. So we're blowing balloons, and we're giving kids, and sure enough, the parents were running after them, and then now we're like, oh, welcome, these are the products that we have, you know? So that happened, and we were now getting a bit tired. The balloons were getting hard to blow, and we were like, okay, finally, we're stopping to blow balloons. And just like that, we had noise. Loud noise. And for a second, I thought the building was coming down. So I look up. No, the building is not coming down. So I'm like, where's the noise coming from? I see women, let me tell you, these women can run. I see women running and grabbing their children and just running in all directions. So I stood still, I looked up, and I saw my friend. My friend froze, so she was just standing still. So I decided, let me just run across, because I was on the other side of the table. Let me run across the table, grab her, then we run back and go under the table. So I do that, I run, I grab my good friend, we run under the table. On the way back, unfortunately, I hit one of the seats we were given, and it hit my knee. So by this time, I'm under the table, my friend is under the table, we had another guy under the table as well, who we knew, and I had a seat on my knee. So at this point, we still don't understand what the chaos is, right? So we stay still. I only was able to grab my phone, so I have my phone. We stay still. I get a message. Hello, Montet. Don't worry. It's my French boss. Montet, don't worry. There are thugs where you are, but they're coming to steal in, I think, an ATM, and then they'll leave. So I say, cheers. If they're stealing an ATM and leaving, it's all right. That's okay. So 1 hour, 2 hours. At this point, the tables that we had 2 tables. One had an orange linen, very long. The other one was white. So in between, they always leave a space. So I had to hold on to the space. So I left a small little hole to be able to peep and see what's going on. On the 3rd hour, it was very clear. It was gunshots. But clearly, I don't know what they're coming to steal because it's 3 hours. And now what you hear is a gun and a scream. A gun and a scream. So where the table is, we're next to an elevator, a lift. So you know how a lift, when it stops somewhere, it does ding. People come out and ding, it comes out again. So we had ding. We were just there. So I hold my friend and I say, keep quiet. Then we had footsteps, like people like walking. Then they stopped. So at this point, we are underneath a table. My hands is shaking, I'm losing breath, I'm biting on a cloth, and I'm just like, it's okay. So these people who are thieves, thugs, touch things on the table. They throw a shoe, they touch something else, we're underneath the table. So I started questioning. I'm like, these thieves don't steal shoes and computers and iPhones. We had all this on the table. They were throwing it. And they were talking normal language, Swahili, like it's a normal Sunday morning type of thing. And as they walked, there was a gentleman who tried to enter the table with the white linen, but couldn't fit. And just like that, I heard a gun. I can't explain how loud a gunshot is. It won't make sense if I even try to explain. So my friend collapsed under the table. I didn't even know you can collapse when sitting down. But she did. And I remember looking down, trying to locate the guy, and I just see blood. So blood is coming towards us, because I'm the last one, and it's coming towards us, and I peep. I'm able to see him a little bit, and I peep again, and he closes his eyes. And at that point, it became very clear that these people are not robbing a bank. They're robbing lives. And they were so close to us, I gave up. So I took my phone, and I'm thinking, what do I message my mother? Because that's the only thing I thought about. How do I say goodbye? How do people say goodbye? How do you say I'm sorry, I love you? How do you say all this? So I just decided I have to message. So I just remember taking my phone and saying, hi, I'm sorry, take care of yourself, take care of Ivy, I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to say. Ivy is my baby sister. And my mom was there, like, I don't even know, like, if you know my mom, I think she was like somewhere just crawling and crying. I don't even know, but like, she was just texting back and saying, no, it's going to be okay. No, it's going to be okay. And considering the year before 2012, we had just lost my dad. So I started hearing, in the midst of crying and all this, I started hearing a little noise in my ear. What if? What if you make it? What if, like, just what if you make it? And I decided to listen a bit. So it was, what if you make it out? What happens? And I was like, okay, I didn't think about that, but like, well, if I do make it, God, because that's exactly where I went to. I was, God, if I make it, I promise you, with all my heart, with who I am, that I will do everything that you align me to. Your purpose, anything that won't make sense to me, just give me strength for it to make sense. Because God can assign you to some things and you're like, I don't think that was mine. But, I'll listen. And at that given point, raise your hands. At that given point, as I was holding the linen, I felt a muscle cramp, so I let it go. And the minute I let it go, I'm going to break where this is. So this is Westgate. At Cafe is where you're sitting. Nakumatt Junction, not Junction, Westgate is here. We are here. So the police were shooting across our table to shoot Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab was shooting across the table to shoot back. So if we were not getting killed by these guys, we're definitely getting killed by these guys because they did not see us because of my beautiful mother's orange tablecloth. So this man sees me, and I look at him, he looks at me, and he's, I think, an Arab guy, shut up until here, chains, holding a pistol. So I look at him, he looks at me, I'm like, that's not a cop. So I put back, I put back my linen, and I start saying, I am so sorry I have killed you. Because I thought now I've killed everyone at the table, they have seen us. So I turn, I say, I'm so sorry, I've killed you, they have seen us. So until I heard him stand up and shout, civilians under the table, stop shooting. But they couldn't just stop shooting because they're shot at. So they had to do, let me tell you, change into a movie. They had to do this whole, they shoot so much across as one guy comes to us and tells us, Madam, come. come. It's okay, come. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, okay, let my friend come first. Not for that reason, not for, not for that reason, not for that reason. No, but let my friend come first because I'm hurt. I have had a seat on my knee from 11, I think, or 12, to now it's going to 6. And I can't feel it. So he's like, okay, then jump. So I made her jump, and then they go to a pillar. Literally a pillar. We were hiding underneath, like next to a pillar, as this guy is shooting, standing up and saying, come. He stands up, shoots, he's like, no, it's okay, come. And I'm like, wow, okay, so you have to just trust him. And I think for me, I went from that moment of fear to a moment of, I prayed. And it's like the minute I said amen and my hand got cramped and I let it go, things just started moving in a certain direction. So it didn't matter if he was standing, shooting, well, I don't know. Like for me, it was just, it's okay, here. So I had to be dragged. So I was dragged down. I had someone's blood all over me because we had to pass it. And when I got out, I realized something. We live in a life, we live in a way that we think that tomorrow is promised. That, today was sunshine and you look all beautiful. And right now, some of us might be carrying like someone disappointed you in 2011. And you're here, just no, I am not talking to them. And for what? For what? For a day that you wake up happy and it's sunny and you meet Al-Shabaab. For me, as in that, I just had to bang my head like, is it really happening? So at the moment, I'm still. I learned the lesson of being still and listening to God. Because what that has led me to is this girl who didn't get an A and a B. I work for multiple universities, helping them to strategize their business development. This girl who didn't get an A and a B, and now I have a company that I focus on helping women and girls think differently. Because today is just today, So I'm still. Are you? Thank you.